This is the culprit for the L322 breaking down in Bristol. I've left the background noise in for effect. You can see the pulleys there and the belt that should be much thicker. It's almost a third of the width in parts. So the belt has been eaten up by the pulleys. You can see it there very clearly. The serpentine belt should cover the entire pulley, and it doesn't. And there, you've got your work cut out really, trying to figure out which pulley is actually the bad one. But it's wonderful technology, this. We can actually share the root cause analysis with you. Irrefutably and controvertibly, a pulley problem on this Range Rover. Just before Christmas, the worst timing possible, my Range Rover broke down. Yep, the beast gave up on me and had to be recovered. Not exactly festive cheer when you're stranded on the side of the road, right? Hello there. So, as you can see, it's nearly sunset. I have just taken this car out for a drive. This car was at the mechanic's garage since end of November. It's now the start of, well, I think we're mid-March. I think it's the 18th of March now. So a good 3 months that the car has basically not been on the road. I picked the car up last Thursday. And so, yeah, I'm just making sure I drive the car every day just so the battery charges and that we can be certain that the problem has gone away. Now, initially when I purchased the car, it went to have the engine sort of rebuilt, and soon after the engine was rebuilt, the serpentine belt snapped. That should have been the warning sign. That was the warning sign. So a serpentine belt usually snaps for a reason, and quite often it's not age. So we should have actually inspected the serpentine belt and ensured that there wasn't another factor. Anyway, I took the car to a local car mechanic. He managed to fit another belt. The car was driving and drivable. And then obviously it went in to get the rear differential sorted out, and as soon as I got the car back, I drove down to Bristol and it broke down there with another serpentine belt that had snapped. So I took the car to the garage. This was a new garage that I hadn't used, and unfortunately they just went with word of mouth. It's the crankshaft pulley, the crankshaft pulley. The crankshaft pulley is an issue on the TDV6. It's not really an issue on the 4.4 TDV8. So that costs over £1,000 from the main dealer. And so we ended up sourcing one really through a contact. I found one for 200 quid. That was another waste of money. Because as soon as the crankshaft pulley got replaced, we had to take the whole front end of the car off, replace the crankshaft pulley. We noticed at the time that the power steering pump had gone, another £1,000 part from Land Rover. And so again, I managed to source one for about 200 quid. And that's where working with this mechanic has been very, very good. I've been able to reduce the bill by at least £2.5 grand. Personally, I feel if you're paying over £1,000 for a part, it should never break, and it shouldn't need to be replaced. So anyway, we fitted the replacement crankshaft pulley and the belt snapped again. And so they needed to diagnose, and it turned out to be one of the idler pulleys. I had actually purchased a set of replacement pulleys, and it was all but this one pulley that hadn't been replaced. And we managed to find a dealer, I think it's Maltings. Brilliant shop. I believe they're based in Doncaster. They had the part, and they're very reasonable. So the part from the main dealer was 250 quid, but they just give you the whole component. We just needed just the pulley, and he was able to source the pulley, an OEM one for 58 quid, a non-OEM one was 14 quid, and I just didn't want to take the chance really. We didn't want to end up having to take the whole front end again. So anyway, that part fixed the issue. I should have supplied the car mechanics with a video of the squeaking noise the pulley was making, because I'd recorded a video prior, but I just thought I'd leave them to diagnose, and obviously they diagnosed the wrong thing, and we ended up having to strip the whole front of the car out twice. So I've ended up with a very, very expensive bill, because of all the manual work removing all the front end. So this is not a car you take to the garage and expect to pay 300-400 quid. We have a lovely day, and so a perfect time to shift focus of both these cars onto the bodywork. Both these cars are booked into the body shop. This is booked in on Wednesday, and the 8 Series is booked in on Thursday. We have replaced this rear light here at the top. We've replaced these bits here that are new. The left hand side one was cracked. We're just going to get this section painted at the moment. Obviously you can see it's rusting. We don't want this to continue, so this is going to be dropped off at the body shop, and this is all going to be rust protected and painted. Just had a tow ball fitted. As you know, a couple of weeks ago we had this painted, and we've got a nice new tow bar on there. It's a little bit marked there, but this looks all nice and tidy. The recommendation though was that we deal with the rust on the subframe. As you can see, there's quite a bit of rust on there, so that will be what we deal with next.